and once again welcome to TonyWilliams.com. As I always say at the start of all my posts, I hope some of the material that I share on this video could get an average person like myself going from a place of goods to greatness as we strive to reconstruct ourselves, build a legacy for ourselves that is obviously sustainable and that will last. Today I want to talk a little bit more about time management and how important it is to keep our time. I spoke a little bit about it yesterday, and I said how you have to decluster yourself, how you've got to make room for the most important things in your life, just so you can achieve this goal and attain the things we want to achieve in life. Today I'm just going to expand a little bit more about it and how it's important to establish set goals, because when you establish set goals, you put yourself in a position to focus your mind and channel your energy into that exact thing you want to achieve. So it's quite important to sort of establish goals for yourself, like maybe on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, a monthly, yearly, 5-year goals, just set these goals so that you could narrow your mind. You could have a picture in your mind of what you want to achieve. You could have something that you wake up and you're geared to go out and do. Because in areas where you find yourself, just waking up, stepping out of bed and just doing the normal routines of life, you just realize that, it's just the same thing. It becomes repetitive, it becomes boring, monotonous, and then you end up realizing in life that you're just going through this stream of life and not actually achieving nothing at all. Or maybe you are, but it just doesn't seem like you have trophies to celebrate every point that you find yourself in life. So it's important to set goals for yourself. When you set these goals for yourself, then your time becomes more, or what's the word I could use? Your time becomes actually more valuable to you, because then you've got a goal in mind. So you know these are the things that I have to do to achieve these goals. So I find it difficult to find out that someone who has an established goal set for himself has got just time to just be wasting around. You're going to narrow down your time. You're going to trim, your tree to look nice and narrow to achieve the fruit that you want it to bear. And that's just how it is about establishing goals. So once you've established these goals, you've now got to set a strategy for yourself on how you're going to make these goals work. You've got to set a plan in place. You've got to find out what you're going to do on a day-to base, on a week-to-week, on a month-to-month, year-to-year, to make the goal that you said come to place. So in doing so, it's all about your time management again, because at this point in time now, you've got your goal set, and also you've got you've now put out a plan that you have to follow religiously to make that goal come to life. Because every time you fall short of that plan, or every time you don't do something you said you're going to do on that plan, that plan, or you set yourself a step back or two from achieving that desired goal and outcome that you have. And most importantly, it takes a longer time. So in order to do these things in a short space of time and to achieve the right purposes, you've got to set that plan in place. Whatever it is you're going to be, whether you're going to be waking up a little bit more earlier than you said you're going to wake up, or you're going to be sleeping a little bit more early so you can be more effective in the morning when you wake up. Whatever the plan is, you've just got to put a plan in place so that you can make these goals. You could start, as I said, as they normally would say, walking towards the steps that are going to bring you to that fulfilled outcome or desired outcome for yourself. And then once you've done that, always understand that it's important to, as you have the plan in place, to now prioritize these things. Figure out what's urgent in your life and what's not urgent in your life, or in your day, I should say, as we're working on a day-to-day plan. Figure out what's urgent for you to do. So if it's not very urgent for you to wake up and watch TV, then put it aside. Catch-up TV, for instance, or just record it and watch it later. But do the most important things that you have to do per day. Do those first. The things that would add value to your day, things that will bring you closer to attaining your goal. Make sure those are the ones that that are done first. A lot of us have so many things. You want to see this girl, you want to see this guy, you want to go and play with the guys, you want to sit on the phone, you want to watch scroll through social media, 1,000,010 things we do that cluster our day. If they don't add value, then it's wasting your time. It's biting up into your time, and that time, as me and you know, is valuable. Once we lose it, we can't regain it. Even though we regain it, it will never be at that precise time. It'd be delayed, or it'd be, it would be at a later time, and it will set our goal backwards. So prioritize the things that are urgent that you need to do, and things that you don't need to do. I always say one thing, most of all, put the phone away, because the phone, sometimes if it's not making you money, it's buying into your time. Leave the social media, leave all the unnecessary browsing, unless it's turning you on income. If it's not turning you income, then just switch it off, or have set times that you do it. I always do mine maybe first thing in the morning or the last thing at night. Between the hours of the day which are most valuable to me, you would not see me on the phones unless it's adding value. And that's a habit that I think everyone should cultivate, because otherwise you're on the train, you're looking at your phone, you're driving, you're looking at your phone, You don't have to answer all these calls. If you have 10 people calling you and 9 out of those 10 people are not adding value or bringing income into your life, or saying anything that's constructive, put them off till later. Or text them. They got this thing on the phones where you can say, look, a customized text, can I call you later? Send them a can I call you later text. It's not important. If it's so important, they will text you and tell you how important it is. But otherwise, let people know that your time is valuable, your time is money, and your time is something that brings you closer to your goal, and you haven't really got that time to waste. And the more people realize that you're so on your time, and you're so caught up about making sure your time is effective, they'll begin to respect your time as well. Because when people realize that your time, if you have no respect for your time, they'll equally share the disrespect in disrespecting your time. But when they realize you make your time so valuable for yourself, they would tend to start learning to respect your time. Personally, I have a lot of people, and people can testify to this, say, look, when we call Tony, he's not going to pick up his phone, because yes, I won't pick up my phone if you call me at the wrong time. If you call me at the wrong time when what you're saying is not going to add value or bring income into my life, or move me a step forward towards my goal, then I'll put you off to later, because you are not priority at this particular time in my life, or at that particular time of the day. It might sound a little bit harsh, but it's the way that you have to do these things. Have you ever found yourself sitting an hour on the phone with people just talking relevant things that are just nonsense, about A, B, C, and D, that's totally irrelevant to your position in life, or you moving forward or achieving a goal? So I think you need to learn to trim the edges of those friends, just cut them down a little bit, narrow your time, and put all your efforts into bringing those people that are going to add value into your life, and I can guarantee you it would make a change. I think finally, the another part that I had to talk about also was that just make sure at all times, you understand, if you don't meet up to your goal on the day, never give up. Never give up. The Bible says, even though it's write the vision down, make it plain, even though it tarries, it will surely come to pass. Yes, some of us are going to set times and achieve our goals. A lot of us are going to set times and not achieve our goals. But one thing you should always do is believe in yourself, because even though it tarries, that vision, that dream, that achievement, that goal, it will surely come to pass. But the only way that could happen is if you continue to pursue it like there's no tomorrow. You continue to pursue it knowing in yourself that you are going to get this goal, you are going to hit this target, you are going to make a difference in your life, you are going to change for the better. And these are the only ways: it's self-determination, self-belief, trusting yourself, and you know a change will definitely come. That's all I've got time to say now. Hopefully, if there's anything else you need to talk about, there are loads of areas that I haven't covered. I always say I'm not Dr. Fix It, but these are my little ideas and strategies that I share that's made an improvement to my life. If you've got anything else you want to add to it, please drop a comment in boxes below, or send me an email. Happy to answer or discuss or brainstorm with anyone to shed a greater light on most of the topics that I talk about. Until then, hope you have a great and fantastic weekend. Love you and God bless. Take care.